The Toronto Maple Leafs have the best roster in the NHL. At the start of free agency, they lost O'Reilly, Shen, and Hull, and Leafs fans started to get worried about what direction the team was heading in. And in a year where we all thought they were just going to re-sign Matthews and run it back with the same team, the Leafs make a huge splash yesterday by signing Tyler Bertuzzi and Max Domi both to one-year deals. Now, the Leafs' only real problem now is their goaltending department with Matt Murray and Samsonov, but if they can address that one issue, I think that the Leafs are going to be a powerhouse for next season. But what do you think? Should the Leafs be the favorites to win the Cup next year? The Toronto Maple Leafs are about to lose one of their star players. Now, the Leafs and Nylander have began in contract negotiations, and it's looking like Nylander wants to make about $10 million a year. Now, the Leafs are currently over the cap after the signing of Bertuzzi and Domi to about $8 million next year, and it doesn't seem like they're looking to pay Nylander any more than $8 million on his next contract. Now, with the Matthews negotiations happening and a lot of trades beginning in the NHL, it's looking like the Leafs are going to move on from Nylander in the near future. What do you think? Is this too much for Nylander, or do you think that the Maple Leafs should hold on to him?
The Denver Broncos will have a huge bounce back year this season, and I truly believe that Russell Wilson will return to his Seattle form. Cause let's be honest, any of us Madden players could have coached a better season than Nathaniel Hackett. And I still see people defending Nathaniel Hackett just cause Aaron Rodgers endorsed him. But let me tell you something. Let's go back to the 2014 season when Peyton Manning broke all those records. You know, when he threw 5,400 yards and 55 touchdowns? You know who his offensive coordinator was? Freaking Adam Gase. And the reason Adam Gase got a head coaching gig with my Dolphins and the Jets is cause Peyton Manning endorsed this bum. And we all know how Adam Gase turned out. Nathaniel Hackett's literally Adam Gase 2.0. And not many people are hyping up this move enough. Sean Payton is literally gonna turn around this entire Broncos franchise just like that. With already a stout defense led by Patrick Surtain II and Russell Wilson returning to form because of Sean Payton, this team easily makes the playoffs this year. I'm a Broncos believer this year. Broncos country, let's ride.
The best basketball player born in Texas. Grant Hill was a mini version of LeBron James. He was a power forward that could do it all. He was selected 5 All-Star games, was an All-NBA first team in 1997, but injuries derailed his career, as you may know.
The NHL has some serious rivalries, but these are the top 10 in league history. At number 10, the Pittsburgh Penguins versus Washington Capitals. At number 9, the Detroit Red Wings against the Colorado Avalanche. At number 8, the New York Islanders versus New York Rangers. At number 7, the Chicago Blackhawks versus the St. Louis Blues. At number 6, the New Jersey Devils versus the New York Rangers. At number 5, the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Philadelphia Flyers. At number 4, the Ottawa Senators versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. At number 3, the Calgary Flames versus the Edmonton Oilers. At number 2, the Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And at number 1, the Boston Bruins versus the Montreal Canadiens. Which rivalry do you think is the best in NHL history?